Sigrid Agnes Maria Kaag is a Dutch diplomat and politician, serving as Minister of Foreign Affairs in the Third Rutte cabinet since 25 May 2021, and as the leader of the Democrats 66 since 4 September 2020. She previously served as Minister for Foreign Trade and Development Cooperation from 26 October 2017 until 10 August 2021. A diplomat by occupation, Kaag worked as a civil servant for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs from 1990 until 1993 when she became a United Nations official for the UNRWA in Jerusalem from 1994 until 1997. Kaag worked as an administrator at the International Organization for Migration in Geneva from 1998 until 2004 when she became a senior advisor of the United Nations for Khartoum and Nairobi until 2005 when she became a senior official at UNICEF. Kaag served as regional director for Middle East and North Africa for UNICEF in Amman from 2007 until May 2010 when she was appointed Assistant Secretary General and Director of the Bureau of External Relations of the UNDP in New York. She oversaw UNDP's strategic external engagement, organization-wide communication and advocacy, as well as resource mobilization. From January 2015 until October 2017 she served as the United Nations Special Coordinator for Lebanon. Prior to that she served as Under-Secretary General and Special Coordinator of the United Nations Organization for the Prohibition of Chemical Weapons Joint Mission to eliminate the declared chemical weapons program of the Syrian Arab Republic between October 2013 and September 2014. Until her mission in Syria she was employed as Assistant Secretary General and Assistant Administrator and Director of the Bureau of External Relations and Advocacy of the United Nations Development Programme. Kaag was born in Rijswijk as the daughter of a classical pianist. She grew up in Zeist and initially studied Arabic at Utrecht University, but later switched to the American University in Cairo where she obtained a BA degree in Middle East Studies in 1985. She subsequently obtained an MPhil degree in International Relations from St. Antony's College in 1987 and an MA degree in Middle East Studies from the University of Exeter in 1988. She also received foreign relations training at the Klingendijl Institute in The Hague and studied at the French École Nationale d'Administration. After her studies, Kaag worked as analyst for Royal Dutch Shell in London, United Kingdom. Later, she worked for the Dutch Ministry of Foreign Affairs as deputy head of the UN Political Affairs Department. During her time in the diplomatic service, she lived and worked in Beirut, Vienna, and Khartoum. Kaag started working for the United Nations in 1994 and first served as senior United Nations advisor in the office of the Deputy Special Representative of the Secretary General in Khartoum, Sudan. From 1998 to 2004 she was Chief of Donor Relations for the International Organization for Migration and Senior Program Manager with the External Relations Office of UNRWA in Jerusalem. Working in the Middle East she was responsible for areas as the occupied Palestinian territories, Lebanon, Jordan, and Syria. From 2007 to May 2010, Kaag was Regional Director for Middle East and North Africa for UNICEF in Amman. In May 2010 she was appointed Assistant Secretary General and Assistant Administrator and Director of the Bureau of External Relations and Advocacy of the United Nations Development Programme in New York. In this capacity, she was the deputy to Helen Clark and oversaw UNDP's strategic external engagement, organization-wide communication and advocacy, as well as resource mobilization. On 13 October 2013, United Nations Secretary General Ban Ki-moon nominated Kaag to lead the OPCW-UN Joint Mission for the destruction of Syria's chemical weapons. The United Nations Security Council was set to vote on her nomination 3 days later. On 16 October, she was then officially confirmed for the position. Kaag led a team of 100 experts who were responsible for ensuring the elimination of Syria's chemical weapon stockpiles before 30 June 2014. by the end of her term in September 2014. News media reported that Kaag was rumored to succeed Lakhdar Brahimi as UN Special Envoy to Syria. On 1 December 2014, the UN Secretary-General Ban announced that Kaag would become the United Nations Special Coordinator for Lebanon, succeeding Sir Derek Plumley. In early 2017, Kaag was considered by international media to be one of the candidates to succeed Helen Clark as Administrator of the United Nations Development Programme and head of the United Nations Development Group. The post eventually went to Akam Steiner. Since 26 October 2017, Kaag has been serving as the Dutch Minister for Foreign Trade and Development Cooperation in the third government of Prime Minister Mark Rutte, after the resignation of Foreign Affairs Minister Halve Zijlstra on 13 February 2018. She was appointed ad interim to succeed him while conserving H.